My house guest is a hoarder. You know what a hoarder is like. I mean, they have those programs on TV now that go into the homes of hoarders. I mean, what's the name of the program? Buried Alive or something like that? Well, my house guest is a hoarder. He sees everything as a treasure. Everything. And so what I find myself doing right now is when he goes off to work on garbage day, that's the day that I go and throw everything into the garbage can right before it's collected, because I have even caught him in the past taking some garbage out of my garbage can that I had thrown away because he thinks it's a treasure. And where do all these treasures end up? Well, he has one of those pickup trucks that has back seats in it. Yeah, right. With all the treasures in that pickup truck, there's no way anybody would ever be able to sit in that back seat. And see, what is the problem when you make everything a treasure? He's always running around looking for stuff, but he can't find it. Why? It's lost in all these treasures. You see, that is the struggle that many people have. They're not good at discerning what is treasure and what is trash. And this is important for us to know because we hear in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 44, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. I found that treasure at one point in my life when I was not unhappy, but I just wasn't fulfilled. And I found myself getting more and more involved in my home parish. It was a good way to get some good friends and have some nice things to do. And what I found in doing that was a relationship with the Lord. You see, that's what the treasure was. And when I discovered that treasure, it was so fulfilling, it so helped me with my purpose in life that I went off to become a priest, so that I can encourage and help others to find that treasure too. For if you find the Lord to be your treasure, everything else is going to fall into place. Trust me, I know. That wonderful relationship with the Lord will help us to know the difference between what is trash and what is treasure, because the Lord is the treasure. My Lord is the treasure. And it's become like a mantra, so that I put the Lord first in my life. My Lord is the treasure. My Lord is the treasure. And when I've come to discover the Lord to be my treasure, there's all these wonderful benefits. What I love about it is, with the Lord as my treasure, even the bad things in my life really don't turn out to be bad things in the long run. I know that may not seem to make sense, but it's exactly what Paul was saying in his letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, where he says, we know that all things work for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. All things work for good for those who love God. All things. So why worry about what's the difference between good and bad? Because with the relationship with the Lord, everything is good. All right, I admit it may not always seem to be good at the time, But I look in the journey of my life, it was difficult leaving my family, my friends, and my life in Chicago to go to the seminary in Spokane, Washington. That's over 2,000 miles. I left everything. Why? Because my Lord is the treasure. My Lord is the treasure. And when I discovered that treasure in my life, even the things that were bad were good. Even the things that were bad were good. And so we are called to discover that treasure in our lives, to really discern between what is trash and treasure, and find that treasure in the Lord. And then when we find that treasure and develop that relationship, we will begin to see that even the bad is good. And the relationship will help us to discover our purpose by helping us to know even knowing what is the difference between right and wrong. We heard in our first reading from the first book of Kings, chapter 3, verse 9, where Solomon is asked by the Lord to make one request. And what did Solomon ask for? Not a long life, not riches. Solomon said, "Give me an understanding heart so that I can lead your people well and know the difference between right and wrong." Know the difference between right and wrong. With the Lord as our treasure, we will be able to know the difference between right and wrong. As we heard in that beautiful psalm today, Lord, you are the lamp unto our feet. You are the lamp. Your truth, Lord, is the lamp. And your wisdom is my light. Your wisdom is my light. Helps me to discern what is right and wrong. Why? So that I can lead a life with a purpose and lead others to you, Lord. That's my request in my prayers, to lead others to you, Lord. Because, my Lord, you are the treasure. My Lord, you are the treasure. And so come to discover the purpose of your life is to really sell everything so you can acquire that treasure, the Lord. And when you put the Lord first in your life, everything else really will fall into place. Even the bad will become good. You will better be able to discern what is the right direction of your life. You will discover your purpose. And so, is there any way in your life that you might be a hoarder? Is there other stuff that you're treating like a treasure? There really isn't a treasure, but gets in the way. Let your prayer today be, my Lord is my treasure. My Lord is the treasure. My Lord is the treasure. May we give everything that we have to find that treasure. And what did the scriptures say? And in doing that, we will find joy and purpose. My Lord is the treasure.